underquoting. Now, I talk about underquoting regularly, way too regularly. I talked about it, an aspect of it last week, and I'll touch on that again in a minute, sort of a review of what I said and how it can and does go wrong. Just remember the story that we've been told today is somebody on their agency agreement wrote their opinion of price as $1,050,000. Now, you don't have to put a range. This agent didn't put a range, just put $1,050,000. However, what did they put in for their marketing? They put into their marketing $999,000 to $1,050,000. Now, that doesn't match what's on the agency agreement. Now, the agent's very adamant that they had that discussion with the vendor, that's the range it was in. Now, the vendor was also very, fairly adamant that they wanted, more like $1,099,000. So, there was still they were still looking over. Now, what happened was it was advertised at the $999,000 to the $1,050,000. We don't know how the investigation happened, or was it a complaint from a prospective purchaser? Doesn't appear to have been a complaint from the vendor, but there was an investigation by Fair Trading, and the agent was fined $2,200 for underquoting because what they put onto their marketing does not match what is on their agency agreement. The licensee in charge was also fined $2,200 for not supervising that agent appropriately. Remember, in the supervision guidelines, which link to Section 31 and 32 of the Property and Stock Act, it's important that the licensee in charge is responsible for supervising that, the agent's estimate of price or opinion of price is accurate and well backed. Now, also in the supervision guidelines is that what we talked about last week, which is clause 6.5 of the guidelines, which says that an agent must review weekly their estimated opinion of price or their estimated price for a property. Now, that's not about passing that on to your vendor. That's, obviously you would discuss that with your vendor, but it is about having evidence within your file that has been discussed. So is it discussed at a weekly sales meeting? Is it discussed with, the sales director, depending on what the structure of where you work is? But there needs to be evidence of it. So it has to make its way into the file somehow. Or if you're taking minutes of the weekly sales meeting or whatever it happens to be, there has to be a record that weekly you have reviewed every opinion of price that you have on a residential sale property within your agency. So, we talked about that last week. Here it is. Now, the agent didn't get a fine on this one. They'd already copped the $2,200 on the for the underquoting, and so had the licensee. So there's $4,400 out of that agency. They got a warning letter. So, but still, you don't need that sort of attention in terms of your practices. So, guys, make sure that you're doing that weekly review of the opinion of price and getting that, having evidence within your files of that. And most of you have heard me rave about if it's not on your file, it didn't happen. So, just making sure that that's there.